Usually the more time I spend with this stage of the painting, the better off I am. On my next stage of the picture, I'll go on with use more dark colour and start to bring out the shapes a little bit more.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to these guys.
All right, Rob. Here we are down at Speed on Tweed.
All set to go.
All set to go.
Got the atmosphere, the roar engines.
Yeah, you've got engines. It's a beautiful day as well.
It's important to have a good pattern of light and dark. So that's what really makes your painting work out, is having a nice composition of light and dark shapes. I try not to play around with the paint too much. When I make a brush stroke, I try to leave it in place. These early stages of painting, it tends to take shape very quickly, and later on it tends to slow down a bit.
So it's just mostly mapping in those darker areas.
That's right, it's mapping it out. And it means I know exactly where everything's going, and then I can work with confidence on my detailed work. And there's nothing more upsetting than really doing hours of work and then finding out it was in the wrong spot, and you have to wipe the whole lot and start again. I really want to feature the front grille and the front part of the car with all these white highlights on the chrome and so on glinting. So I need to have it dark behind to really make it stand forward.
Only a second and a half slower than it was originally made. But young Brian has returned.
I've downloaded a few different pictures there to try to think of what I'm going to put behind this car. I want to have, the main car itself is quite dark, so I need to have something that will really create a spark of colour in there. And so I need a bright colour car just in behind
this again from Sedan 65 to 74.
something with red or yellow is good because it really jumps out.
It looks like it's a very dry, that area at the moment that you're painting, it's a very dry brush stroke.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to feel my way with this part of it. I didn't sort of do so much underpainting in this area before, so I'm kind of just trying to feel out what's going to be going on in the background here. Okay. That'll do for the setting out the dark areas in my painting. I don't want it to be too dark. I want the painting to be nice and light and alive. So that'll do. I can see where everything's going now, so I can start to work on a bit more detail. I'm going to switch over to a synthetic sable brush. Because it's such a smooth surface, you can still get a bit of textural effect with a smooth brush, and I can get get some really nice effects with a smooth brush. So we'll try this one.
Attention with the paddock, attention with the paddock. Can I please have cars 160, 160 to 184, 184, commercial area please.
The car itself is very dark. It's actually a very dark green, but on my paint here it looks black. So I'm going to have to go and actually get a picture of it so I know it's actually the right colour. This is my nail stick. I use this to steady my hand while I'm painting. I've used this same stick for 25 years of painting. You can see the build-up of oil on the
attention, the paddock attention.
136. Oh, it's not.
Look at that, it's funny that, you know, the majority of people see it as a green car, and the reflection's actually white. The people do tend to try and paint it green because they can see green.
Yeah, that's one of the things with art. You see things as they really are, not what you think they are. The dark colour on there looks very sort of black and heavy, but with oils, when you work over a dark colour with a lighter colour, it very quickly loses its dark intensity.
Ford's car company to have a V12 engine, she was mentioning Ferrari, and they had about 4 pages as we go around. And this looked at the engine, let's say from above, a little to the front and above, and offset a little bit. If you turned over the first clear perspex page,
You don't so much paint, draw lines, as much as creating lines by setting areas of dark and light next to each other.
absolutely, so many of them.
I'm starting to get a bit of colour happening now in this painting. And a lot of this early work, if you could leave it even to the end of the painting, it kind of adds a lot of freshness to your painting.
Judgment over them and the presentation of the original design of them. But we're very grateful to the Wollongbar Services Club.
Yeah, well, my favourite part of the painting is the chrome effects, the rubber on the tyres, and the little glints of light in the headlights. Working along here on the weekend and get as much done on this painting as I can.
It's almost every child's a surprise. But equally as important is the Twin Cat Masters, which is a category of cars which are just competing for the regularity. They nominate a time they believe they can do this circuit in, and the one that comes closest to that time, I'm not sure of the way the points are running, but at circuit events, you lose 2 points for every 10th of a second at circuit events. You lose 2 points for every 10th of a second too fast.
With the driver, I think I might lose the helmet and give him one of those old-fashioned caps and the goggles. These a little bit more old world. Anyway, you're right. Pretty deep, mate. Yeah, getting there.
Everybody's got it.
Oh, no, well, not everyone's. Yeah. This is the painting for next year.
Most I didn't know, and it's the same anywhere in the world. They're just a good bunch.
When you work, what I'm doing now is working wet into wet. So I'm working with light colour into the dark colour. I can actually get a lot of detail that kind of generates itself, as you might be able to just see a little bit here as I'm doing this. The driver's working. I'm picking up a lot of tonal variation by working with the light colour over the dark colour.
Well, and of course John too retired from very happily that dreadful crash that he had trailing the car back to, I think, to South Australia. That's it.
I've always said the most dangerous part of the year.
I'm using my artists have used them since the year dot, I think. You often see them with a little leather ball on the top. That's so they can be rested against a great big canvas without damaging the painting underneath.